Alright guys, so
Well,
just
finally got the car up on the ramps. Had to use some pavers.
Special.
Ignore the dirt. I know I need to wash it. We just got so much rain in the forecast. Got all my stuff sitting out, ready to go. Gotta take off that service pan right there. I am a big dude, so bear with me. I might have a little trouble getting up and under this car. You know, get up on the ramps, it is still pretty low to the ground. I used to have a truck, so I fit under that a lot better. So stay tuned. Here we go.
Sure, I'll enjoy that. Let's focus. There it goes. The Ultra Platinum Full Synthetic 0W40 that says SRT on it. Now, the car takes 7 quarts. Of course, Dodge has to do that to make it a pain in the ass to buy. Not to mention, this shit is impossible to find in the store. So, ordering it from Amazon, you're gonna get it a little bit cheaper, in my opinion. I watched actually this bottle of oil go down from $12 to $7, so that was cool. But ordered this, the one extra that I need, the Mopar oil filter. Now this one is the SRT, so it's not the regular black one that comes on the car. SRT right there, empty. Got the O-ring right there, right on yonder. I will add part numbers for all this stuff in the description if you're interested, or I can just add a link. I think I'll just add a link to Amazon where I got it from. But there's one quart, and here is the other 6. So stay tuned. This will be an oil change video, hopefully this weekend. I got some things I gotta do, but I'm going down to Alabama for Labor Day, so definitely need to change the oil before then, because I'm at about 20% oil life, and I don't like going on long trips below 20%. So there's that. I got the oil filter wrench down in my car. I got an oil pan, and also I'm gonna do a catch can video, basically talking about, I guess not a video, it'll be added into this one, so you guys will see, but I am gonna add the little catch can drain and talk about that a little bit later on, so stay tuned. So this is the first time I've ever changed the oil in any vehicle. I know there's 1,000 million trillion different ways to do it, so if you guys have a better way of doing it than the way I'm doing it, I would really appreciate if you left a comment or DM me on Instagram at wolf392, same as my YouTube name. I'm always open to suggestions. I think I say that in every video, or at least type it in. So yeah. I think next time I do this, I'm definitely gonna let it sit up on the ramps for an hour or so, or some amount of time, maybe overnight, to let the oil cool down, and then let it run for 5 minutes in the morning, because I got a lot of oil on me, which I don't really mind. I don't mind getting dirty, but that shit was fucking scalding. It was like taking turning the water in the shower all the way on hot and then getting under it. Like, I'm lucky it didn't burn me, but I'm pretty used to hot showers. You know, that's what I like. So yeah, just bear with me. I know this might be a long video for an oil change, but like I said, it's the first one I've ever done on any vehicle, so I wanted to record it and watch it myself. You know, try to pick out things here and there that I could do better. But yeah, so stay tuned. Keep watching, please. Make it all the way through. Give me that thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. So here is the, I guess you could say, second time I've emptied this oil catch can since I've got it. The first time I emptied it when I got home to Ohio from North Carolina after driving about 500 miles, maybe 600 miles, driving around town down here. But yeah, it was more of just a curiosity factor of me emptying it up there, just to see how much oil it had caught in the trip up there. But this is the second time I'm emptying it. I'm gonna try to avoid emptying it until the next time I change my oil or go to get my oil changed. So when I ended up emptying the oil catch can, I would say there was probably about a quarter in there, and it was just pitch black oil, which is not good for the engine. It's not good. It's not good at all. And you know, overall, all the oil was about that color, which, I mean, that's normal for any vehicle, but I definitely wouldn't want that oil going back into the engine after being ran through. So I would highly recommend getting one if you don't have one, and if you're on the edge of buying it, because I know they are kind of expensive. It's worth every penny. It's going to save your engine in the long run. So yeah, I would definitely get one if you're on that edge. If you keep watching for a little bit longer, you'll get to see me spill hot oil from the oil filter all down my arm, all over my $600 Garmin Tactics Bravo watch. So I don't know why I didn't think about taking that off before I started this little project, but next time I definitely will if I end up changing my oil myself. So stay tuned. You get to watch me get oil halfway down my freaking arm, scalding hot oil at that. So here I ended up upgrading my oil filter from the basic, the black one that they use, to the SRT oil filter. It's the same size, fits the Scatpacks just fine, but it's just the filter that they use for the SRTs instead of the Scatpacks. I don't understand why they don't use this one overall, but it is like let's see, $4 or $5 extra. It's a little bit more expensive than the basic one, but I mean, you're pretty much just paying for the name. Yes, I did just smell the oil. I have this weird thing where I like to see what things smell like. So it smells a lot better than the oil that came out of the car, I'll tell you that. I got oil all over myself doing this, which I don't mind. Easy to wash off, just a little Dawn soap. But I definitely got to smell the old oil versus the new oil. That new oil definitely does smell better. so yeah. I apologize for the angle of this little clip here, but I mean, you guys get the general idea. You definitely would want to wipe down this bracket before you install this filter, which I did. I did end up doing before I wiped it down, and I made sure that the old rubber O-ring from the other oil filter was not on there anymore. I've seen a couple videos where they get stuck on there, and then people have an oil leak from their filter because they failed to scrape that O-ring off. So the socket that I'm using here, I just bought at let's see, what was it, AutoZone. It's a 93 millimeter fluted oil socket, and I think it's like maybe $5. So yeah, I did have a problem with it getting stuck on there, but just a couple taps, hit it a couple times, use some man strength, and you'll get it off just fine. No big deal there. But yeah, so got the oil filter installed. You definitely want to pour oil in it before, it's not one of those oil filters that goes on sideways all fucking wonky jonky. So you're not going to pour good oil all over the ground. But then you go ahead and you funnel the new oil into the engine through the engine, or through the oil cap up top. I cut that out because I'm sure you guys don't want to watch me pour 7 quarts of oil into the engine bay. It's kind of boring, but yeah, it was super easy. You just go back in before you start pouring that oil in. You need to go back in, put your drain plug in, which I don't know why I didn't record, but I definitely put it in. Put the oil filter on. Make sure it's good and tight. Those are two different things, because once you start building oil pressure, you don't want to shoot out the oil filter or the oil plug. Both my oil plug was in there like tight as fuck, but the oil filter itself I actually kind of got it off with just my hands. I didn't really even need the socket, so that kind of made me a little upset that I took it to Dodge and had them do it, and then I realized that my oil filter wasn't even on there all that tight. It's kind of a issue, but whatever. I'll just do it myself. So I know I'm going to get some heat for this one. I have the taser installed, and those of you that have the taser installed know that it takes away the Scatpack B when you start it up. So yes, I have the Hellcat emblem that pops up when I hit the start button. I'm not trying to be a poser. I'm not trying to be this, that, and whatever. If I wanted a Hellcat, I would have got a Hellcat. But I wasn't financially ready to buy a Hellcat. So I got a Scatpack, and I think the Hellcat logo looks cool, so I leave it there. Okay? So if you want to give me some heat, give me some heat. I don't really give a fuck. I can take it. They're just words. Don't hurt my feelings, please. No, I'm just kidding. But so you go in here, you put the car in the run position. Go to the oil filter setting on your little cluster, and then you hit and hold the OK button, and it'll reset it. It'll reset it to 0 or reset it to 100%, and then you just go back and cycle through the key, start the car up, make sure it sounds good, and then I drove it off the ramps. I recorded driving off the ramps because I had some problems getting up on there. I had to use some pavers actually, so went ahead and I wanted to see how close that bumper got. I ended up only having a problem with the wheel deflectors, I guess you could say. I don't really know what those are called, but that was really the only thing that I saw that hit ramps and the pavers actually. So maybe I just need to get some 2x4s. It won't scrape on the pavers, won't scrape up that plastic. But like you can see right there, the pavers kind of slid off the ramps once I came off. Not that big of a deal, not worried about it.